Democritus. His actual birth date isn't known, but most believe he was born sometime around 460 BC and died in 370 BC. He was a citizen of Greece. It's not exactly known where. During his time, it was believed everything was made of four things: earth, wind, fire, and air. He had a new theory. There is more than that to it. Everything is made of smaller things. These things are known as atoms. Think about a building. One brick represents one atom. Alone, it's almost nothing, but with millions, trillions, and even more, it makes up anything and everything. He discovered this by breaking up a seashell into tiny pieces. This idea was considered ridiculous then, but now it is scientific fact. The word atom comes from the Greek word atmos. Antoine Lavoisier. He was born in August of 1743 in Paris, where he also died. He invented the law of conservation. This law states that in a closed or isolated system, matter cannot be created or destroyed. It can change forms, but is conserved. One experiment he had done was changing HgO into Hg plus O. Thanks to this experiment, he created the law. He was also accused of treason during the French Revolution. John Dalton. He was born on September 6, 1766, in Eaglesfield, Cumberland, England. He died in July 1844. He also invented the atomic theory. J.J. Thomson. He was born on December 18, 1856, in England. He discovered that electrons and atoms could be separated. Ernest Rutherford. He was born on August 30, 1871, in Cambridge, England. He discovered his contribution by doing the gold foil experiment. This experiment was done by shooting atoms, known as alpha atoms, into a thin gold foil and seeing where on a circular wall it hit. It was then that he discovered that there was something inside the atoms. This caused him to create his version of a nuclear model of an atom. It was the first of its kind to display the nucleus that he found while trying this experiment. He even had an element named after him. Robert Millikan. He was born on March 22nd of 1868 in Illinois. He discovered through experiments that all electrons are the same and carry the same charge of electricity. He actually taught himself the elements of physics because no one knew that much to actually teach him. Marie Curie. The only woman on this list was known as the mother of atomic physics. She was born in Warsaw, Poland in 1867. She discovered that radioactivity doesn't depend on how the molecules are arranged, but instead come from the atom itself. Her husband also studied atoms right beside her. James Chadwick was born in October of 1891 in Bullington, England. In 1932, he actually discovered the neutron by using evidence from another scientist's experiments known as Irene Juliet Curie. Before this, he was actually a prisoner of war in World War I. Max Planck. He was born in Kiel, Germany in 1858. He created the quantum theory. The quantum theory is a theory of matter and energy based on the concept of quanta, especially quantum mechanics. During the occupation of Germany by the Nazis, he mostly tried to avoid conflict, but secretly helped a number of Jewish scientists continue working. Albert Einstein. Probably the most famous one on this list, Einstein was born in Germany in 1879. He managed to determine the size of atoms and molecules. He also discovered that heat came from motion of atoms and molecules. Niels Bohr. He started his contributions in 1912. He and Rutherford had discovered that the atom is made of a heavy positively charged nucleus, while negatively charged electrons circle around it. He, along with a number of others on this list, won the Nobel Peace Prize. Louis de Broglie was born on August 15th of 1892. He believed that electrons can act like particles and waves, exactly like light. He said as well The waves produced by electrons are contained in orbit which goes around the nucleus, which gives off a certain wave of certain energies, frequencies, and wavelengths. Erwin Schrödinger created a new model called the Schrödinger model in 1926. This model describes the probability that an electron can be found in a given region of space at any instant in time. Werner Heisenberg. He was born in 1901 in Germany. His contribution to the atomic theory was that he discovered the behavior of electrons and subatomic particles that make up the atom as well. He studied at the Institute of Theoretical Physics with Niels Bohr.